Coming to you live in Technicolor from the Daniel Boone National Forest and this beautiful property. I call it the best place. Call Jeremy, phone number's right there, and say, hey, I want to look at the best place. He'll know exactly what you're talking about. So Jeremy grabs me out of the office today and he says, I've got the best place I just listed. Will you go photograph it for me? I said, it's not the best place. That's what you said about the last three places. He said, no, really, this one is the best. I said, okay, what's so best about it? He says, it's a little out there in the country. I said, well, that's a good thing because that's what people want. He says, it's one of the best places I've ever had for a number of reasons. I said, okay, lay it on me. Give it to me. Hit me hard with it. Well, it's a 75 acres. You got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and I'll take you all inside. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to do some aerials. We'll fly over. You've got the river down here. The river fronts it on quite a bit. I'm going to put it right here. I don't know what the footage is. The seller didn't know either. But when I pulled up here, I thought, well, this really is a best location because it's only an hour and about 15 minutes from Lexington or Danville. So that makes it a perfect weekend place. Can you imagine picking the kids up on Friday at 3 o'clock or knocking off early on Friday if you don't have any kids and popping on down here? In an hour and a half, you're here at your weekend place. If you're a prepper, this is great. If you're a getter-awayer, this is great. If you're a downsizer, this is great. If you are tired of taxes that eat your lunch and all your retirement check, then this is great. Would you believe me if I told you this place with all this river frontage, 75 acres, we've got about 25 acres here and about 50 acres in the back. It's about 1/3, 2/3. And the property goes behind that far barn. See that far barn? Yep, that's yours too. Can you imagine the taxes being less than $1,000? These people pay $600 a year. Yes, $600 a year. I know, half of you fell off your chair. Cindy's folks have just a regular ranch, like a 1,100 square foot ranch in New Jersey, and they pay $8,900 a year. So $600 a year, 50 bucks. Could you make 50 bucks? It's not going to take your whole retirement check to live here. Thumbs up for country living. Do you like to live in the country? Click the like button down here on the video. All this is all bottomland, so this is growing amazing food here, whether it's hay or maybe you're into tomatoes or whatever you're growing, you're fine. We've been out here about 2 hours and we've seen 2 cars. When the seller left to leave us alone to take photographs, and then another car just came through. So you're really out here, but you're only 7 minutes to town. What's in town? A couple grocery stores, Dollar General, that's like a micro Walmart. They got everything you need basically. A couple grocery stores, medical. It's the county seat, so it's got the county courthouse and the police and the fire and all that stuff. It's got a medical center, it's got a pharmacy, everything. So you're not very far from anything. And then of course, 20 or 30 minutes, I'll get the paper. Hold on. See, I got to have this cheat sheet because I can't remember anything. I suffer from CRS. CRS stands for too much stuff in my brain. Okay, so you are 7 miles to McKee, which is grocery store, restaurants, pizza, Dollar General, medical center, the county seat. 20 minutes to Berea. See, I'm reading right off the paper. 20 minutes to Berea. Berea is that wonderful artisan town. And 40 minutes to Richmond, which has Eastern Kentucky University. I mean, come on now. Now, that's got everything. That's got every kind of store and everything. The interstate goes through it, so it's got everything. I know. Brad, stop blah-blahing. Let's go see the barns. Got it. You got it. Let's go. Okay, so I was right over there. I didn't get to the house yet. I know. I was going to show you the house. But I was right there where that property, where the green stops. See right there? And the woods start. That's where I was just parked. Now, I wanted to show you here because you've got all the way down now. That's like a protected stream. You can't have animals within 15 feet. Not a problem, obviously, 15 feet from the creek, but it's a protected stream. It is pristine and beautiful. You go down there, I wouldn't think nothing of just drinking right out of that creek. And I recommend you do the same thing. Come on down here and you look at it for yourself and you tell me if you wouldn't. Just go ahead and drink right out of that rascal. It's beautiful. But anyway, I wanted to show you here because you got even more bottoms. About 1/3 of it is here. So whatever you got, this is about 1/3 of your land that's open, and it even goes behind that barn. And then you got 2/3 up in the back. Okay, can you see that? Now right here is the house, right? And then this is where I started, back here. And this is the creek, the river. So I'm going to tell you what the name of the river is, because I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's river, and then it goes here, intersects with this other river, and it goes behind that barn, remember? That barn's way up in here. It goes all the way down there along the road. So the road Comes right in here. So now you got road frontage on this whole side. You got road frontage on this whole side here in Jackson County. And you got all this land here. Now you got the barns here. All you barn people want to know how big it is. Okay, this barn here is 36 by 72. Then that other barn up there is 36 by 72. This little one's 18 by 42, which is pretty nice. And then that one is 32 by 108, the big one. And then that little hoopy greenhouse thing is 30 by 72. Here's that first 36 by 72 barn. And this is a real barn. Wait till you take you inside. And then it's got this huge concrete pad out here that goes down to this guy here. So I don't know whether it was a milking shed or what the deal was. I don't know if it was a dairy operation or whatever, but this is a real barn. I wish I had this at my house. Now, fellas, when you have all this land, you're going to have to get one of these. We just got one. Boy, how fun that is. You got stalls in here ready for horses. Here's one here. You've got a big hay mow up in here. This is really one of the best turnaround projects. They bought this place and put so much effort into it, so much work, so many new things. I'll tell you all about it later, and Jeremy can tell you. They've got a wood pellet stove in there as backup heat, and if you've ever burned wood or wood pellets, you're going to want to burn that all the time because it's just so much good heat, and it's a lot cheaper to run too. And it kind of makes you feel like you're not so connected to the grid. Yeah, you're connected to the grid, and yeah, you've got central heat as your main heat source, but why not use it as backup when you can use this so much cheaper? So this is the barn. I told you it was a dandy. Look at this rascal, huh? Oh, one more thing I got to tell you, and I'm such a typical guy. I always want to justify buying toys. But we ran into the Yamaha dealer the other day. He says, "Hey, do you file a farm tax return?" I said, "Well, of course I do. We got a farm." "Good, no sales tax." No sales tax. Well, ours was just, I don't know, $12,000 or $14,000. No sales tax on that is nice. So check with a competent tax preparer, but if you file a farm tax return, there's lots of things you can write off and save some sales tax on and whatnot. Okay, so you see where we started. We started right there where the woods start, right, and the grass ends. That's the property line, and you got property all along here on both sides, and including that 30 by 72 foot greenhouse, and then there's another little starter bed house next to it. You got the barn here, the big barn there. No, that's the big barn over there, but you get the idea. And we're finally at the house. I know, blah, blah, blah. You're telling me all about this stuff. Let's see the house. Here it is. Do you love it? Everybody wants to be out in the country, but nobody wants to be too far removed, which reminds me, Jeremy was just looking at a video in there. They've got high speed. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it was 5.5 down and 0.9 up. And he was streaming video on his iPad, watching a live video on YouTube. How crazy is that? So you got all the amenities you need out here, and that's fast enough for streaming on an iPad. Should be fast enough for just about anything. And you get the privilege of living way out here. So come on in. It's been several minutes, and you want to go inside. I'm going to show you everything inside. Let's go. Remember I said everything was the best? Everything they did here is just super duper. So you got that rubbed bronze here. You've got all brand new windows. There's new siding here. Those windows are all no maintenance, but they're special. Look at, like this, talk about special. Look at this door. Isn't that nice? That's seriously nice stuff. Ceramic tile on the floor. This used to be like a carport or something. I mean, when I tell you they did this right, they did it right. Look at this. And all this is all sanded. So it's nice white pine, all sanded, and then these are tilt-in windows, beautiful, from New England, some company in New England. If I find out, I'm going to put it here. Jeremy knows, I'm sure. But he doesn't want to hang out with me. I'm just the hired help, right? He's sitting in the car watching another video. So here's dining area, eating area, and then a great pantry. Nice double wide there. The kitchen. This is what I'm talking about. This is my domain here. You know I like to cook. If you watched any videos of mine, you know I like to cook. You got a wine rack up there. I believe these are hickory cabinets. And this is rock. I don't know what kind of rock it is, quartz or granite or whatever. And no, I'm not going to do the granite joke because I know you're tired of hearing it. These are good, reliable countertops. Don't ever take them for granted. Sorry, I had to do that. All right. So you got a nice sink here. Oh, I got to tell you this. Watch this. Look at this. Soft close cabinets. What do you think of that? No more cabinet slamming. Woo! How sexy is that? Yeah. I love that. Too many cool things around. Beautiful trim here. And this bumps out, that bumps out. You got all kinds of beautiful soft close there. Lots of counter space. That's what, 8 or 10 feet. That's another 10, 12 feet. That's another 8 or whatever feet. I mean, it's a lot of counter space. Then you come on in here. And this is perfect for this. You want to do hot tub, you got a French door out here. This goes to the basement. I'm going to show you the basement now. It's just a basement now. It's not, it's a walkout basement, but it's not like finishable or anything like that. It's a perfect cellar. Because don't you need that kind of stuff? I do. I need a place where I can store my tools and, work in the winter and that sort of thing. Maybe store some wine down there. Fireplace. And they've got this wonderful pellet stove. Check this out. Okay. So you just lift this up. You turn this guy, maybe turn that guy too. Maybe you turn this guy the other way. There you go. And then you just throw them in the hopper. And you can get any size bag now. My mother, she's an older person, she's in her 80s. She can't lift those. Those are 40 pounds. They make little 5 and 7 pound bags too. And you can get them at the tractor store. And you just put that down there so you don't have to think about, oh my gosh, what a big deal that is. Floors here, these are, I believe these to be oak. They might not be, but I believe them to be. Look at that. Wow. That's a monster of a window. This goes right on out. And look at there. Entertaining. I'm sitting out here. Hear all the traffic? Nope. How about the cars? Nope. How about airplanes? Nope. I hear the birds. Oh, I got to tell you, we were coming in and we saw 3 gaggles of turkey. I don't know what you call them. Herds. I don't know. Herds of turkey. Hey, you ever heard of turkey? Of course I heard of turkey. Anyway, but there was like 10 and then 10 and then 10. And I was trying to get a photograph of them. They were at the edge of the grass and the woods in 3 different spots down the road just a little bit. So there are a lot of turkeys out here. Can you imagine? I mean, just pour a glass of wine. You got the little grill out there. That's dinner. That's country living. That's what I live for every day. I love doing that with my family. Absolutely love it. As many times as we can be outside eating, well, whether it's a steak or grilled vegetables or some shrimp or whatever, have a glass of wine and talk. That's our time together. We don't ever miss that. I can't remember the last time, unless the kids were at someone else's house. This is a compact bedroom for sure, but it works, and it's plenty big enough for a twin bed. Now, this is more like it. Got a nice closet there. All hardwood floors. This is an established house. This is a nice older house that they have absolutely done the best renovation on. Check out this. This is going to be one of the things that sells this house. I know it certainly would be to me and to my wife. It's got like a short step shower, big enough for 2. More rock here. I mean, they went all out. All new windows. You got a little closet there. Stackables. Linen here. No, it's not a linen, it's a regular closet. Here's the basement. It ain't anything special. It just is what it is, and I wanted to show it to you. We've had a ton of rain. I mean, like serious, I don't want to say floods, because, the flood, but we had a lot of rain, inches and inches of rain. And you got a little drippy drip here, so don't be surprised. You got modern electric, modern plumbing. And see, they shored up anything that was a little bit needing shoring up. They shored that up. Anything that needed replacing got replaced. Again, I'll give you the whole list. This is the walkout. You walk straight out there. But isn't this great? You can put your generator down here, you can put your tools down here. They got a dehumidifier. Does a good job. Smells nice down here. It smells fine. You got a freezer. That's the best way. That's the best way. Okay, that was the basement. We're back upstairs. Here we are. Hey, tell me, if you would, kindly put it in the bottom. What would you use this room for? Would it be a bedroom, home office, dining room? What would you use it for? I get so many good ideas from you all. Okay, so we just come up the hill here. The house is right in there on the other side. There are the barns with the cars, and the road comes right along here. Well, I come up here, lo and behold, I said, there's a pond. Jeremy says, see, I told you it was the best place. It's got a pond. It's actually got two ponds. It's got another pond right around the corner. Here's this great gambrel roof barn. This thing is awesome. It's an old tobacco barn. And then this is the trail that goes up into the woods. There's a clear spot up there, and I'm going to show it to you. We're going to fly on up there. But this is very doable. I mean, you can drive up here with a Jeep or pickup truck or maybe one of those side-by-side things. Remember, no sales tax. File your farm return. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what does it look like over there, or what are we doing here and all that stuff? This is the property line. So typically you have to check the deed and stuff and ask Jeremy, but typically you go halfway between the river, okay? So in the middle of the river, and then there's that big barn there, the 108-footer, and then there's the one on the top with the gambrel roof, and we're down here in this bottom land. And let me tell you, this is rich. I walked from here to here, and it's, you can tell there's a lot of topsoil, a lot of good topsoil. And then there's a crossing here. You come on down, and you can cross the river and go right on up in there. This is all part of it too. It goes all the way on up there, I would say, past those telephone poles. So I don't know exactly, but Jeremy can walk you. He'll walk you on every square inch of this property. Here's the deal. You are in, I don't want to say you're in the middle of, because that makes it sound like it's part of it. But you are completely surrounded by Daniel Boone National Forest. And that's a big deal. I'll put the acreage here. So let's go on up in the air. You can kind of see what we got going on here. We got the bottoms. Remember we said about 1/3 and 2/3. Maybe it's 40, 60 or something like that. But here are all these rich bottoms that grow tremendous whatever you want to grow. Tobacco, hemp, and yes, you can get permits to grow hemp now in the state, which is fantastic, because that's one of those superfoods to eat, and it does the oil and the fiber and the paper and all that stuff, does everything. So that's experimental, and that's really a good pilot program right now. So if you were inclined and you wanted to get involved in that, you can make a lot of money doing that. Certainly more than you can with tobacco. And you could grow anything, hay, tomatoes, anything your little heart desires, because this is really rich land. Now as we come up and around, you can see the river here at the bottom of the frame, and you can see this river. It's a real river. Now you've got, I don't know, what do they call it, convergence, confluence, or something like that. I'm trying to sound really smart. I'm not that smart. But it's where the two rivers combine and they go together, and that's what you're seeing here. When you're walking on this topsoil, you can feel it. I mean, it's thick. Come on down here. Jeremy will take you around. We've got one of those little golf cart things, and you can step in it and you'll realize how rich this soil is. Let's go on up for a flight to the top of this mountain. On the top of this mountain, you will see a field, and it's maybe an acre, or I don't know, 2 acres, maybe something like that. Maybe it's half an acre, I don't know. But it's a clearing on the top. It's level, and it would be an amazing place to have a picnic shelter, or maybe a little cabin, or I don't know. What would you do with it? What would you do with it? What would you use this for up here? Isn't it beautiful? I mean, the view, you talk about a view. Look at this view. It's amazing. The house is down there, as you can see. The greenhouse, the barns, you got your whole world down there. And a beautiful country path going all the way up in here in the woods. There's something magical about the woods. I guess that's why so many poets write about it and so many painters paint about it. It's magical. Thanks so much for watching. Jeremy's number is right there. Give him a call. Come on out. Fall in love with this property. Make it yours. The price is ridiculously low compared to the rest of the country. The quality of life is very high. The cost of living is low. If this is your kind of property, fantastic. If it's not your kind of property, fantastic. Either way, you need to get on our exclusive buyers list. You can get there by clicking right here. We're going to ask like 8 or 10 questions like, what's your minimum land size? What's your budget? How soon are you moving? It's about what you want to see. And that's what the Home Finder does. Click on the Home Finder, get on our list, and you'll be alerted of properties just like this before they come on the market. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the Daniel Boone National Forest and this beautiful property. I call it the best place. Call Jeremy, phone number's right there, and say, hey, I want to look at the best place. He'll know exactly what you're talking about. It's okay for somebody who's strong like Jeremy, who's like strong like a bull. And I'm just the bull. Anyway. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this or not. Okay, there we go. All the way around. I don't know what kind of rock it is, quartz or granite or whatever. And no, I'm not going to do the granite joke because I know you're tired of hearing it. These are good, reliable countertops. Don't ever take them for granted. Sorry, I had to do that. All right. It's crazy to walk on this bottom land here. You can really feel the topsoil gush under your feet. So it's not like sand. You know, sand gets kind of hard and it stops. And with the topsoil, it just keeps going. This topsoil. What am I talking about? I have no clue on earth what I'm rambling on about. Boy, I just went off the tracks on that one.